Did you ever do Drake or
So
I'm pretty sure
So
you know
that's
he's popping up right now.
so he's
Like-
he's been popping.
I mean popping up more right now.
Nah, he's
Because-
never died down. Man. It's been going for 10 years strong. Nah, so it's funny you asked me about that.
Hey everyone, this is James Emery here, host and founder of the Thrive and Vibe podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed the last episode, which was episode 16, where I interviewed my good old friend Mimi Villano, who is the escort officer and the founder of Millennial Title. And again, hope you got some great laughs about how I was able to get her to feel like a softie, and also talk about healing my male masculinity, as well as just knowing how title in a way works in the real estate. But today's episode, I was able to get in contact very quickly with one of the living legends and icons in Houston, Texas. He's an artist, an entrepreneur, and all around badass in doing his business. And I am also inspired to kind of be like him. And of course, we have today the one and only Israel Rodriguez. Israel, how's it going?
It's going great, man. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. I'm fangirling here right now
I
because
appreciate
I've
it,
been
man.
following you for ever since the COVID-19 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were all kind of locked up. But I know one of the things I really enjoyed was seeing your mural work and all the art you did. And I just knew something was like IR. I was like, I got to follow this guy.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for the support.
No, thank you. So again, you've heard about the podcast, and I talked to you about how the podcast goes. I interview people that are creators and entrepreneurs, how they're thriving in their projects and their careers and passion projects, as well as on the day out of the day-to-day hustle, how they are vibing, having fun, recreation, spend time with the loved ones, or just having your me time.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, to start us off, just for our viewers and our listeners, tell us a little bit about your background, where you're from, how you were raised, and you got some families and whatnot. So
Yeah. Born and raised in Houston.
H-Town.
Yeah, basically lived here all my life. Grew up in Spring Branch.
Spring Branch.
Yeah, till about 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Moved to Katy, and I was out there till I was about 22, I think.
To 22.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ended up moving out to Heights, and I've kind of been out here ever since. But my mom's out there. Dad's living over by Meyerland. I got an older brother. He's artistic as well.
Really?
Yeah. Or he was. I'd say he
was.
He was.
Oh,
He was.
okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man. Now I'm here. Doing my thing.
Yeah, and then of course, what would you say, everything as an artist? I know I've said murals and paintings, and of course, spray paint. But yeah, kind of dive in a little bit more, which one got you into what you're doing right now?
So in elementary, so let's start with my brother
Yeah.
and my dad. Those are the two people that I feel kind of different. My dad is more, so he's he does all sorts of, basically what is it called? Construction type. He just does, he does it all. He can build a house from the ground.
Construction or carpentry.
Yeah, all that. He can do it all. Right. And so one thing that I remember from him is that he used to always basically sketch out what he was going to build.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of stuck with me. And that's one of the reasons later in life I kind of gained an interest towards architecture. Mm-hmm. And I try to go to school for that.
You try to go for school for architecture.
Yeah. But then, so my brother, he was big into drawing comics and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And so I would try to mimic him, and but I ended up starting to just draw in general. And it was all throughout elementary school. And I want to say probably till 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I moved to Katy. Kind of died down.
Because you were focused on other stuff, or
Yeah, I started
you were just growing.
Yeah, I mean, I started playing sports and stuff.
Yeah,
so
you look like you play football, or probably play track and field or wrestling.
None of that.
Really?
Yeah, none of that. I played basketball.
Wow.
I was a lot thinner though too. So this
I mean,
this size is later in life.
I see. I literally thought you were like a football player. You got the big arms. You got the good strong torso.
Nah, man. It was later in life, man. Yeah, it's something I just that's just another thing though. It's just fitness is like I guess you ask what I do for fun, like
yeah,
that. But yeah, it kind of just died down, and I ended up picking it back up. Well, yeah, until I went to the Art Institute.
Mm-hmm. The Art Institute here in Houston, or
okay. Houston, and but then I was going for graphic design.
Mm-hmm.
It was just me just trying to figure. Before that, I went to school for, like I said, I tried to go for architecture. Then I was just gonna go to just to get my basics or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it was try. I don't even want to say fail. I just stopped going.
Yeah, it's just stopped going.
So I guess it just wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the biggest things now that I'm like doing something that I love. It's almost like until you find that, you realize that everything else before just doesn't. It's not that it doesn't matter. It's just like you can understand why you didn't give a shit about it.
Yeah, and it happened for a reason. Like that, why it didn't work for you, and you just. But the main thing is that you didn't give up, and you really kind of kept it going, trying things out, and at least you didn't really go in and you force yourself to really like it or just to do it. Which I know some people that really force themselves. Then later, 15 years, are like, I don't actually like doing medical. I find myself thriving much more in real estate. And that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's important. I mean, I strongly believe that everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And like timing is everything.
Yes.
I don't wish I had the amount of success that I have now back then. There was a time period where
it would have been a different Israel Rodriguez.
It would have been complete. I would have dropped the ball. I know it. I used to just I was in party mode for like a good.
I think we were all in party mode, whatever it is in the younger teens or 20s.
Yeah, man, a good amount of years. That's what happened in high school. So it was like junior high, I was kind of like in sports and stuff like that, and then high school kind of died down, and then like sophomore year, man, it just started partying, and it just lasted years, and so it kind of just I was just stuck in that mode,
Yeah,
and so if anything. If I would have been presented with any sort of like, mind you, I wasn't even painting then, so it couldn't even happen. But let's just say I was painting a little bit on the side, and I got presented with like this super cool opportunity, it would have gone to shit.
Yeah, your mentality wasn't really as clear as back then. Like back, like you were just partying, meeting people, and just trying new things.
Yeah,
just with experiences.
I wasn't focused. So I'm glad that whatever happened later in life. After I calmed down and kind of chilled out a little bit,
Yeah. You think like a lot of people, like, let's just say in your shoes, like they become artists is it better to become artists much more later in life, or is it better to or if someone really kind of sees the potential and you're like really young, 18, and they want to take you under their wing? Like, I've always wondered about like Pablo Picasso, like, one of the greatest artist legends throughout history. And I remember this one quote whenever he painted something for 30 minutes, like he charges like a huge amount of like money, and then they say, you paint for 30 minutes. No, you're not paying me for time. You're paying me for the years of experience and the value that I bring, that I'm able to complete this certain paper or certain painting under 30 minutes. Like that's, and I'm pretty sure you could in a way relate to that, and you're probably growing better to the point that what would cost you maybe, like, I'm going to throw a number out there, like $100 an hour, you can charge $300, $500 because your brand, your value is that high.
Yeah. I mean, with that, it's just, it has happened. It's very, I mean, mainly because I have a style.
Yeah.
So
no, that's why I love your style, and I wish I could definitely, for you guys actually going to be checking out his Instagram. I know it's kind of early, really check it out. It's one of the most iconic styles. Like, but yeah, continue on.
Appreciate that. Yeah, it's obviously in the very beginning, I didn't really know which way I wanted to take my art, and I always thought having a style wasn't necessary, and I still kind of think that. but I do think it helps now that I know more about art.
Yeah.
It kind of just puts you in like if I were to throw up a mural and I didn't put my Instagram,
Yeah.
I feel like the people who follow me might think it's me at least, or just know it's me.
Yeah.
Which is important, right? Because, you know, I feel like I'm kind of big on that in like every aspect of my life. I want to be just different, you know. Main reason why. Well, I love tattoos in general, but I just like it.
No, I love your tattoos, man.
Thank
It's
you.
like, are you almost 100% all over your body?
Nah, man. I'm like, I got a lot left. They hurt and they're expensive, so I'm taking my time. But I just like to be different. I like to stand out, you know. A lot when I was younger, I wanted to fit in. I'm complete opposite now.
Do you think it's psychology that really kind of, like, I can almost relate in that, like, once we really try to find our way to fit in our young adolescent days, then soon as we grow older and understand ourselves more deeply without any type of influence, that's when we really have that light bulb moment that, you know what, I really I really want to do this because I genuinely deep down, not your mom, not your dad, not our parents, not our family, or even our close friends. It's like deep down, this is who I am, and I'm not going to be unapologetic. I'm going to be unapologetic. Of course, be a good reason, a human being. Don't be destructive. But yeah.
I mean, I think. Some people don't even reach that though. They just they're still worried about what people think or what their parents think, and you know, and so, man, the sooner you stop giving a shit, the sooner things start going your way, you know, because you're being true to yourself. You know, I feel like one of the biggest things, even with the studio, just like perfect example, because I just got it.
Yeah, congrats on that. Congrats on that.
Thank you. It relates kind of to like my art career. Everything stems from everything, but let's just start with the studio. I had mentioned it to people.
Yeah.
You know, not necessarily. Well, some I was asking like, what do you think? Like,
like getting some honest opinion, and these are your friends that you believe will give value opinions.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And so, but you know, they were like, do you need it? And I was like, I feel like 100% I do. Like, because for the longest time I was just painting outside of my place, which was fine, but I think it became too much of a live work deal. Yeah. And I was starting to feel uninspired and just, you know, not motivated enough. So I needed a breakaway.
You need a creative escape.
Yeah. But I mean, now that I'm working with spray paint too, right? So I needed a space where I can do that. But whenever I told them the price, they were like, whoa, you know, they're like, you sure? And
like they were looking out for you, for the best for you.
Well, I feel like, but at the same time, you don't know how much money I make. So so what they're doing is they're kind of like, they're projecting.
Yeah, they
are. So they're thinking about the money they have, which is like, you know, it's fine if you can't afford it, but I wouldn't be doing something like if I couldn't afford it. You know, I feel like I make smart moves and stuff like that. So it's like, I get it, but there is people who try to be like, maybe not, like, and I'm just like, dude, you don't know what I can do with this studio though. Like, just wait and see.
Yeah, and I like your perspective that you were weighing more pros and you were being realistic too. Like, and then the others, they just, like what you say, they don't know how much money you make, and then they don't know what is the bigger return on investment. So and
there were some who were just like immediately no, and there were some who were like, well, who were more like they were like digging deep and kind of like asking more questions, like financially wise. You know, I'm not big on sharing that, but I kind of explained how my money looks when it's coming in, you know, not necessarily how much I have or anything, but it's like, let me just break it down for you. Cause it's not only, there's other things that I'm doing. Like I have an Airbnb. I have collaborations with now 2. I don't know if you've heard of Big Wall Decor.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Shout out Big Wall Decor. And then now another one called Aubert, which is basically kind of like a Big Wall Decor.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily the same type of. They don't. I just like got on with them, so I'm not 100% sure. I just know that they don't do, because Big Wall Decor is like cloth. Yeah. And then they like easy frames that you can just set up, and then the whole thing is like when you want to change out your art, you just order a new piece of art and you keep that frame and you just switch it out. So instead of like having to buy a new canvas or anything like that, you know what I mean? So it's just like a quick switch on art if you want. So they represent a couple artists, and I'm one of them. And so Bear's kind of the same way.
Wow, you pretty much have like 1, 2, 3 or 4 streams of income, would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and I like that you did the Airbnb. That's a good passive income.
Yeah.
And of course, it's a good way to even market because I think I did check out your Airbnb and you really put all your artworks there. So pretty much people, if there was anything, again, I'll post the Airbnb link on the show. But I did check that out that if people were to kind of like rent at your place, they know all your artwork and they know it's you.
Yeah.
Like, and it's only you.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So I have 3 murals in there, and then I have like, I want to say like 5 or 6 canvas prints, and it gives it like that photo opportunity type deal, you know, kind of, you know, everything. Like everyone wants to take a picture in front of a wall and stuff like that.
Especially, your photos are so Instagrammable. Like it should be shared like all over social media.
Yeah,
like,
and that's kind of like it's kind of set up that way, you know, like the living room has like the big Biggie mural, and then the couch is like right there, so you know, it comes out to be a cool photo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
But but think about the murals. So it's spray paint and painting. So with like, which one do you kind of? I know it's gonna be very open, but which one do you kind of like to do most, like painting or spray painting?
I really enjoy. I'm really enjoying spray painting right now. I think it's because it's so new. I don't think a lot of people know this, but it's funny. So I mean, they liked it. So
yeah,
the people who commissioned me. So anytime I got commissioned for a spray painting mural, that was like the only practice that I got. So let's say, like, for example, like if someone commissioned me for a painting on canvas, you know, I've done a bunch of those. So, and I can just do it at home, right? Whether I'm practicing or still doing commissions and learning like that. So the difference is I've only had a handful of spray paint type commissions.
Yeah.
But every time I got one, that was the practice because I don't have a place to practice. That was the main reason why I got a studio too, so I can, you know, try to perfect it. And so it was more so like, hey, we're wanting this, you know, we lock it in, and I go do my thing, and then it's like I'm learning as I go. So very difficult at times, because I didn't know what I was doing, but I was like learning in the process. But
this is when you first started out doing the spray painting.
Yeah, and I'm still a beginner, man.
How long ago was it that you did your first spray painting? I think I recognized the Google one.
So that one wasn't spray paint. That was
okay.
Well, I mean
or wall paint. I don't know.
The search bar. I feel like I think I just did it with brush. I started to do it with spray paint, I think, eventually, because I updated it like, I don't know, maybe like 6-7 times. But that one was just like regular, like house paint.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one was a George Floyd one that I did. That one, I was like slow and I needed some work, and I had just done another George Floyd one, and I did that one with brushes. And it was fine because the wall was like semi-smooth, you know, it was outdoor wall, but it was like brick, but painted. It was painted over. Yeah. And so I was able to do it with brush. That's all I knew though. The next one, which was actually his brother, commissioned me to do it on a different wall, and
this is all still in Houston, right?
Yeah. And that one, like I said, I needed work. And I was like, okay, like I'm down. And so I accepted it, but the wall was extremely rough. I'm talking about like
popcorn ceiling rough?
Like worse. Like, whoa. And it was like this. It was like just, you know, and so it was just the texture of the wall.
Which part of Houston is this at? Like
it's out of
is it Third Ward?
I'm so terrible with the wards. It's over there off of Gulf Freeway to the right. Well, when you're going like headed towards Galveston.
Whoa! I'd never been to that part of Houston.
Yeah. So that's actually across the highway. My studio's over on the other side.
Okay.
But yeah, so it was pretty bad, man. And I accepted it, and usually how I do payments is half up front, like deposit,
Like
and
a
then,
down payment, yeah.
yeah, and then the other half upon completion. So I wrote me a check, and I was like, well, I got to figure this out. So I go and I check it out, and I'm like, man, I cannot do this with brush, and I remember I was like, I got to do a spray paint. Like, I just have to try. And I remember my buddy Frankie, I don't know if he's an artist out here too. He's super cold. Shout out
what's
Frankie.
his Instagram? What is
It's Frankie Cardona.
Frankie Cardona.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Shout out Frankie. He's helped me a lot throughout, the beginning whenever I needed tips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hit him up and I was kind of just asking him. I was like, hey man, I need any advice you can give me. And he kind of just, told me about different caps and stuff like that. I didn't know anything about it. So I kind of just went in there and started doing it. And, I did it my style with like the colors and stuff.
Yeah.
And it started to come out way better than I expected. It was very I was like, this is interesting, because I thought it was gonna be a lot difficult. But turns out the reason why it came out so as far as the blends and stuff like that, was because of how much texture was on the wall.
Yeah.
So the next one that I did, humbled. I was just defeated. It was bad. Thankfully it was a free one. It was I was doing it to practice.
Yeah.
It was at a gym. It was at Believe Gym. It's a Muhammad Ali.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw that one too.
Did you?
Yeah.
So I ended up doing it with spray. I tried to do it with brushes or something like that, or I tried with spray paint, wasn't working. Then tried with brushes, I wasn't liking it, and I just sat on it thinking, because there was a deadline. He wanted to do it before it opened. And I was like, man, I can't do it. And my girlfriend at the time, she kind of pushed me into it. She was like, just do it. Just do it. And so I just sat there for hours, just staring at it. And just I was like, all right, I'm thinking how I can execute this. Finally, I bought different caps and stuff like that. And I went in there and I just started going, and I trusted the process. And then eventually started to come to life. I was like, okay.
Yeah. So for the people who are listening and also viewing this, if they don't, when you say caps, are you talking about different spray paint caps, or
spray paint caps. So the caps that you set on top of the spray can, yeah. So they do.
I thought it was all universal setting.
No, well they have no. I mean, there's tons of caps, and there's
already tons of painting and colors. But
so the caps, and on top of that, there's different cans that are high pressure, low pressure. And so it's...
Whoa, the more I know. Wow.
Exactly.
I literally thought it was just one setting.
Exactly. So my cousin tried to talk me into spray cans for the longest time. And I was like... Because to me, it seemed easy.
Yeah.
I would see him do it. He does a lot of graffiti and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I would see him do it, and he would try to talk me into it. And I was stuck on my palette knives and my acrylic paint. And eventually, that's when I picked it up, whenever I had that mural. But I didn't know anything about the caps, and then or the pressure, or how you place your hand, how far, how close. It all matters.
Yeah,
it all matters. Yeah. So I remember I tried something, and I was like, all right, this ain't as easy as it looks.
And you see all the people who has been doing street graffiti for a long time, it's they make it look easy and whatnot.
It is,
especially
it is tough. Shout out to them, because they the line work that they do, and the flares, and it's crazy. When you, I don't know how it looks from someone who's never spray painted before. If it looks just fascinating or something.
Yeah.
What I think, I mean, it's cool. I like the art, but at the same time, I'm just man, how does he do this? There's some people out there that are just crazy with it.
Yeah, here's one thing I want to kind of ask. That's it's a spray paint question. So whenever, that was it something Be Good, or it's Houston's iconic mural.
Be Someone.
Yeah, Be Someone. Why did I say Be Good? Yeah, Be Someone. So will we ever know the artist?
I know the artist.
Oh, I don't think I know. Who's the artist? Of course, for the viewers and listeners checking this.
He goes as Be Someone.
He goes to Be Someone?
Yeah, Be Someone.
We don't. So he does. That's just his name, but we don't know his real name.
Sorry if you see this. I can't remember his real name. I think.
Okay, first name. First name.
I think I know it. I don't know. I don't want to share it just because I know that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wants me to. Because when it comes to that type of stuff, graffiti, I know he's well recognized, and I know people probably know his name by now, but for something like that and where he did that piece, obviously, at first it wasn't legal.
Yeah.
Now I think he's got some sort of
street cred, big street cred.
Yeah,
right
I think now he because I know he's updated it and stuff like that. So I think now they give him permission to do it. But I don't know, so I don't want to kind of just
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, like for doing murals like that, or what's the best time to kind of always do it? You don't do it like during the busy time, like from 9 to 5. You would do it like maybe like graveyard shift.
I can't even speak on that. That's like a whole different. So graffiti.
Okay.
When it comes to like trains and stuff like that, like my cousin's like familiar with all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, so like Be Someone, when he first did it, he probably definitely did it at night, like probably, I don't know, maybe like 2, 3 a.m. when there's no cars really going down that highway. What is it? I-10?
Yeah.
And yeah, man, like I said, I don't know too much about it, but I know they kind of have to like sneak around because this stuff's not legal. I mean,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
And then when you do your spray painting, obviously it's legal because you're commissioned
I get
to do
commissioned
it.
to do it. Yeah.
Do you like to do more outside or inside? Of course, outside maybe when it's not summer, because
So that's another thing that I learned. That first George Floyd one that I did, wasn't wearing a mask.
Oh gosh.
Always wear a mask. Always.
We're not talking about the COVID-19. We're talking about an actual spray paint.
The
N95
with the filters on it. Yeah. You need something because and wear long sleeves because you don't want that because it'll seep into your skin.
Well, but do you wear like those chemical safety glasses too?
I don't do that. No, I probably should, but it's a little much.
Yeah.
I need to, see, and then it'll get fogged up and stuff like that.
That's true. Yeah.
But I didn't wear a mask that time, and I took off my shirt, and I was in the heat, and I had to finish it at a deadline, and it was like July or something like that.
2022, right? Or 2021?
22.
22, okay.
Yeah. And I started, I was burning up. I was melting out there. It was, and on top of that, the heat plus the spray paint plus me not wearing a mask. I remember getting back in my Jeep and I was just like, I think I called my cousin and I was like, hey, I feel weird. Like
you want to like pass out weird?
I felt like kind of like dizzy.
Oh, weird.
And he was like, bro, go get a mask. Like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. It was like the first time I had like picked up a can really, but you live and you learn, right?
How many sessions you have to do for that mural? Like you have to finish it all in one day, or you have to finish it in like 2 days?
No, I mean, I think it was like he gave me like I mean, it just depends, right? If there's a deadline and you're not super busy, I guess you can take your time. Yeah. Which it took me a little bit longer just because I didn't know what I was doing. But as soon as I started to get like, in the flow, I don't even remember how long it took. I want to say maybe like a week and a half.
A week and a half.
Something like that.
Has there been any murals that you kind of finished all in one go? From the first time you spray paint the wall to like, and then by 6 or 8 p.m.
No,
okay.
I wouldn't do it anyways.
Like, like you don't want to rush the process too much.
Well, the way that I work too is I don't work too much. Well, not as much as others do.
Okay, all right.
Like I know some artists who will just go for hours. That's not how. Like,
is that like a rookie mistake thing, or
which part?
No,
working for
if
hours?
they go working for hours, like you're just.
If you can do it, do it. It's just not for me, man. Like for me, my brain gets tired. Like it's just if I probably had different pieces to work on, maybe, but if I just keep working on the same one, I just need a break. So usually what I do is I split up my day. Like I'll work, gym, work, and then I take a nap every day.
You take a nap every day?
Every day. So that breaks up my day.
You would take a nap like at the studio, or you take a nap at your place, or?
Well, not at the studio yet, because I would just be on the floor. So I live. But
you'll get a couch soon, yeah.
Yeah. But I live like 6 minutes from my studio. That's what's cool about it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So it's just right down the street, and just go home, shower, nap, chill with my dog, and.
Oh, you have a dog?
Yeah.
What's the dog's name?
Banksy.
Banksy?
Yeah.
Sounds like a girl name.
Yeah, it's a girl.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, but Banksy's an artist. You know that? He's like a super well known graffiti
wait.
artist.
Oh, no,
He does a lot of
I got it.
controversial
Yeah.
spray paint and probably like acrylic stuff too.
I wouldn't be surprised if you named her Cause.
Cause. I'm a fan of Cause, but nah. I've
Banksy sounds better.
yeah, Banksy's just cooler to me.
Oh man, dude, I have a dog named Bali.
Really?
Yeah, she's a Shih Tzu poodle, almost 2 years old. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a mini schnauzer.
mini schnauzer.
Yeah, she's 3.
Yo, I think
She's a character.
No, my dog's a character too. All right, well maybe someday we could definitely be dog dads and just chill with our dogs
For
and
sure.
talk about
For
art.
sure.
But but going about it like so you manage your time. It seems like you manage your time pretty well, like right now. But you think like when you were first starting out, you're just like any amateurs, like I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm going back and forth. I'm like staying up till 2 a.m. kind of thing.
I stay up until like 3 usually.
Oh really?
Yeah. So
But
that's
you're in that state of flow, right? Not just like shit. I'm really stressed out. Or
No,
it's
no,
a bit
no.
of both.
I kind of stay stressed, but it's like internally, like it's like no one's fault but myself,
Okay,
and it's something I'm trying to work on. But it's
like fighting your demons, kind of thing.
I mean, not necessarily. It's
Yeah.
more so like so right now, and that's the thing. That's why it's like it's almost like it contradicts each other. Like,
Yeah.
So very grateful that I have so much work, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it stresses me out that I don't even like to say it because I feel like you like put it into the universe, but I'm gonna say it. It's like the fact that I have so much work stresses me out.
Yeah.
But then I feel bad for saying that because I'm like it's like I don't want to sound ungrateful, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm super grateful. It's just like right now I currently have like 15 commissions that are just like already locked in.
Wow.
Right. And it just never ends, which thankfully, right? I asked for this.
Yeah.
So I'm getting it. But at the same time, it's like, that's what I'm trying to figure out is like this, like live work balance.
Yeah.
Mind you, I love what I do. Right.
Mhm.
So like, it'd be different if I hated it. Then I would just hate my life. You know, it would suck.
Yeah. I never heard of someone that says like I'm the greatest at this, but I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've met any entrepreneurs like they could get tired.
Yeah.
Like and then they have to really be forcefully from either their family members or themselves saying I need to take an actual true break. Don't go outside of this. And that's why I didn't ask for in my previous episode with Mimi, like she loves what she does, she loves people, she loves the family, but she actually was able to make the time to go on a solo trip.
Mm-hmm.
So
See, and I haven't done that. And
I think you will.
I think I will too. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes it sounds nice, maybe for like a day or two.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need to set it up that way, where it's like a day or two, and then I have my friends meet me.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could just do it. I don't know. Like and I'm very introverted,
Mm-hmm.
but when it comes to like having a good time, I want my friends around and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's that could probably work though. I could probably do that. We'll set up a trip, but I'll just go like 2 days before.
Who knows? Like maybe one of your homies are actually going to have a bachelor trip. Like, and
I don't look like I don't know.
oh, you're like I've been there, done that.
No,
Been there,
I'm even thinking about who. I don't know who it would be. I don't think so. Not anytime soon.
Not anytime soon.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So we talked about the mural. Now it is the better part of your painting. I first found your painting was the Michael Jordan one, and then the one that is
Was it the Shaq one that you're talking about?
there's a Shaq and
Kobe?
and Big and
Okay,
Kobe,
yeah. But
yeah, just how did you kind of figure out that color pattern that you really had established throughout all your painting?
I've always been a fan of just like that style. Like I'm not the first to ever do it.
Really?
No, not at all.
It was like it's very pop, but at the same time, it just works. And at the level that what you're doing, I kind of already know. Like, yeah, this is Israel's work. Like, I don't think any more artists can definitely make something similar. But
Yeah, well, so that's where I think I stand out is because the whole colors in the faces and stuff like that, like it's been around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
My thing was, you know, I would see artists do it, and I would try to like figure out, like I was basically just putting colors down and seeing like, cause I can understand depth and like shadow and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I knew that certain colors didn't look right in certain places, but I just kept just trying different colors, and eventually the same colors or the colors that I have now just ended up working better.
Yeah. And then you made it like a preset for almost every one of your painting, like.
Yeah. So now that's what it is for my murals as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know, in any lighter areas, it's almost like a canary yellow. In any darker spots, it's gonna be like violets, deep violets. It can be navies. I kind of include more colors when it comes to murals.
Yeah.
I have more fun with that. But then just like the neutral areas, it's like mango oranges or like pinks, light blues. You know what I mean? So it just, but the staples, the main ones that matter are the canary yellows.
Yeah.
And then the deep violets.
Yeah, I think that's where, and I like it you kind of say that, because I was thinking it's not just a yellow, but when you say mango yellow, and what was it, the canary yellow?
Yeah, canary yellow, and then like a deep violet.
Deep violet. Yes, the violets were also kind of like made stand out.
Yeah.
And I love all the celebrities that you have made, from the GOATs of the Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Cristiano Ronaldo. And I know in my last episode, I was literally talking about that because I shared that with you about that GOAT. And then you also did this like artists like, you know, rest in peace to the great, to Mac Miller, Prince. Any others artists that I didn't name, or you?
I've done so many. You said Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I mean that's the GOAT, like athletes. But then when it comes to like artists, like Mac Miller, Prince.
Yeah, Biggie, Tupac.
Yeah, Biggie, Tupac.
I've done Dennis Rodman, DJ Screw.
Oh, I forgot you did that, Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, I've done a Lil Wayne. I've done Bob Marley.
But you ever do Drake or?
So
I'm pretty sure.
So
you know,
that's
he's popping up right now.
So he's been popping.
I mean popping up more right now.
Nah, he's never died down. It's been going for 10 years strong. Nah, he so it's funny you asked me about that, because when this is released, I will have already shared the mural that I just finished. So that's what I was telling you. So I want to say maybe like a month and a half ago, I got commissioned to do a Drake mural, and it's for, I don't know why you would know him. I didn't know him until he kind of like, so I met him through another surgeon. He's a surgeon, but he's a BBL surgeon. Oh, okay. He's one of like the best BBL surgeons out here in Houston. Okay. Yeah. So he hit me up. He was, we talked a bit, and he kind of like told me he just got a new office, clinic over here in the Heights somewhere. And he kind of just told me, he was like, I need art. Not 100% sure what I need as far as besides, like what I know I need is this Drake mural. And he's from Vancouver. I don't know if I should say this.
We could just leave it at this if you
okay.
Yeah. Okay, so
because I don't know if he wants people to know this, but he's on texting terms with Drake.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah. So I can ask him. I can ask him if it's okay, and then if it is, then we can keep it. But so he's on texting terms with Drake, right? And I don't know if you know about Drake's one of Drake's album. It was Nothing Was the Same.
Yeah.
So it's where it's like his side profile and there's clouds in the back.
And then there's a little child one that's facing it too.
Him as a baby. So he wanted that like spin-off, right? But he wanted the clouds, same thing, same background, but he wanted, it's like a long wall. He wanted
long wall. Okay.
He wanted himself, a self-portrait.
Wow.
On one side, the same thing, side profile.
And then there's
Drake version on the other end.
Ooh.
But he
Oh,
wanted,
that's fire.
yeah, he wanted the older Drake. So he has the braids, the beard, and so I just finished that about a week and a half ago, ago or something like that. And so I haven't been able to tell anybody. And so basically, like I said, he's on texting terms with him.
Mm-hmm.
So he just sent. So we had a videographer, capture it all, interviewed me, asked me questions about the mural and whatnot, and then same thing for him, kind of, just talking about it and what it means to him and stuff like that. His thing is like started from the bottom. He, got here. He like worked his ass off, and now he's one of the best in Houston, right?
From Vancouver to Houston.
Yeah, and
That's
so
huge.
yeah, he's doing it big, man. And so, so the whole started from the bottom kind of like resonates with him.
Mm-hmm.
And so he, so created the video, and so it's about a minute or so long, and cool edit, all this shit, and shout out Nathan, by the way. He's the one that that created that for us, and I'll give you his IG, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
So finished it up, and so Dr. Jung Money is who commissioned me, by the way,
Gotcha.
and he sent it to Drake yesterday. So we're sitting here.
Yeah,
just
we're
kinda,
sitting here. That's more than enough, brother.
We're kind of just waiting. So he was telling me that anytime they text or whatever, obviously it's fucking Drake. He's gonna be busy as hell.
Oof.
So he's like, he usually doesn't get back to me for like 2 or 3 days. But I'll let you know as soon as I hear something.
Wow.
So there's that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't anticipate you to share that big of a news, bro.
Yeah.
I just said Drake.
Yeah, I know, man, and that's why I was like, it's funny that you ask. So next step is so that first video was kind of just me and him and kind of talking, and it wasn't necessarily like a hype video of the mural. It shows clips and then it shows the end. The end is super dope, by the way. It's a transition. He's like standing in front of the wall, but it's blank, and then he like snaps, and then it's like done. It's super sick.
What a movie.
Yeah, it's super sick. But
it sounds like you're the director, but I don't know. You're just being the artist there. But
yeah. It's just, man, it's super cool though, the whole thing. But the another video that was sent over was a shorter version. And it's kind of just me like working and whatnot. So that one's gonna get posted soon, and that's the one that I'm gonna ask I think Dr. Jung Money is gonna send it to him also. And so I don't know how that works, but just I'm gonna ask everyone to tag him, because I mean the goal is for him to share it, right?
Yeah.
On his story, because then, I mean, obviously, that'll be insane.
Yeah, it'll be. Come on, man.
Yeah, that'd be wild. Yeah,
dude, the energy is just what you just said, giving me right now. That's wild. But yeah, going back about the celebrity. So you did the Drake one. What would you say your most favorite painting piece? Do you think you want to talk about your Shaq piece where Shaquille O'Neal himself bought it off of you?
Yeah. Well, so that one it wasn't Shaq personally. It was his daughter.
But still relate to Shaq though.
Yeah, absolutely.
He knows
absolutely.
He knows who you are.
Yeah. It was crazy that he shouted me out on was it ESPN or something like that? Because he bought, I think I don't even know what it was. I think he was live. I think he was going live or something like that. And
this was like back in 2021, 2022, something like that.
I completed it 2020, December of 2020.
Okay, I was way off.
Yeah, because I didn't get to. So he was living in Sugarland. He had a house in Sugarland. I don't know if he was living there, but I'm sure he has multiple. But he had a house in Sugarland. But then they ended up going to Atlanta, so that's where he's at now. Mm-hmm. So I ended up shipping the paintings. I thought I was gonna get to meet him, but it was also COVID time, so it makes sense. But man, so how that happened was his daughter messaged me on Instagram, and I get a lot of messages for commissions and stuff like that. So I don't ever really
read them.
No, I definitely read them. I just don't click on the profile.
Yeah.
I don't go like see who it is. I just kind of just respond. It's like automatic almost. So I think she was like, she hit me up and it was super late. I was getting ready to go to sleep. She messaged me and she was like, "Hey."
What's her name though?
Man.
Okay. We'll leave it at Shaq's daughter.
No.
Okay.
And the only reason why, shit, I'm sorry if you see this, is I need to get this. I can't pronounce her name.
Oh.
Yeah, it starts with a T. I'm gonna call you T.
All right.
T O'Neal.
T O'Neal.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, she hit me up and she was kind of like, what did she say? She was like, hey, I know you're probably super busy, because I think she hit me up like beginning of December, maybe like the first week or something like that. But I think it was the beginning of December.
Yeah.
And she wanted it for Christmas, and so she was like,
Damn, what a deadline.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so she was like, I know you're probably super busy, but she was like, I've been trying to think of what I can get my dad, and I can't think of anything. So I think he would really love a self-portrait. And I was like, okay. I was like, I'm gonna send you my prices and my sizes, and then if you can do me a favor and just find 3 to 5 images and send them over, and I'll let you know what works best in my style. And she was like, well, I sent her the pricing, and she was like, I think a 48 by 48 would be good. And I was like, okay. I was like, if you can just send those photos whenever you get a chance. And then she was like, well, you can just choose anyone you want. Like, I trust you. I've been following you for a while. Like, I like your style and all that.
Wow.
So
that's dope.
That was before I even knew who she was, right?
Yeah.
So she says that. I'm like, I appreciate you. And I was like, but what do you mean? And she was like, oh, she said before that, she was like, my dad's Shaq, so it's hard to shop for him. And then that's when she said, I think he would like a self-portrait.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I just did like LOL. Like, I thought she was just talking about he's a big dude. Like, maybe like she just doesn't know what to, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I was sleepy, man. I was getting ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
And so then she said that. She was like, just choose like any image. Like, I trust you. And that's when I was like, what do you mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Is it very common you get customers that would say, clients that say that, like, I trust you, like you just freestyle kind of thing.
I don't ever get restrictions. Never. I won't take a commission that if they give me like do it this way, do it that way.
Yeah.
I won't do it. But yeah, she was just like, do your thing. But she was like, just choose any image. And that's when I was kind of like, what do you mean? Like, and she was like, that's when I clicked her profile, because I didn't understand what was going on. I was like, what do you mean choose any image? So I clicked her profile and I scrolled a bit, and then I saw that Shaq was like actually her dad.
Oh, wow.
So there was like pictures of Shaq in there. And I went back and I was like, wait, your dad's actually Shaq? And she was like, LOL, yeah. She sent me screenshots of them FaceTiming. And I was like, what the? I was like, hold on. Like, I was like awake at that point. I was like, hold up. I just didn't believe it. I was like, what is going on? And she was like, yeah. She was like, then I understood. You can choose whatever image. Like, go to Google, literally type in Shaq, right? That's what that's
you
how
thought she was like a normal, client.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here's a photo that we said. Oh, just choose whatever.
Yeah, she didn't send me anything, and that's why I was like, what do you mean choose a photo? Like, and so then I was just like, damn, I gotta lock this in. And so I was like, all right, let me see what I can find, and I'll send them over to you. And we just kind of talked a little bit more about business and whatnot, deadline and this and that. And she sent me the money, I want to say that night. Like, she sent the deposit that night. A couple of days passed, and I was working on a mural. I remember, actually my first mural for a business. And so it was kicking my ass. But anyway, so I remember a couple of days passed, and I was like really wanting to do a Kobe also. And I was like, hey, like,
that's Kobe just because you wanted to do yourself, right?
Yeah, well, also because I thought it would be cool to like, it'd just be cool, you
do
know what I'm
Kobe
saying?
and the Shaq at the same time.
Obviously it's Shaq and Kobe, and so I was kind of like, man, like let me just ask her, see if she would like, if she'd be down for like a set.
Yeah.
And so, I pitched it to her, and I was like, I just think it'd be really cool, obviously, like, just
the
two
incredible
pieces.
duo, yeah.
Yeah, so you got Shaq and you got Kobe, and they're the portraits and whatnot. And I sent her. Before I asked her, I found photos, and I sent it to her, and I think this one would be good, or this one, or whatever. She was like, yeah, let's do it. So then that's when I got those two, and finished the mural up, and I started on those, and eventually she was like, don't worry about getting it to me by Christmas time, because the whole thing was happening with COVID and stuff, and they were moving and all that, and so. Man, I just locked that in and finished it up and sent it out to him out there in Atlanta. Oh man, that shit was another crazy thing. So
you have to drive to Atlanta?
No, I shipped it out.
Okay.
Yeah. But I remember when I finished them. It was around Christmas time actually.
Yeah.
And he had ended up surprising them, the family, and he came in town, and so they were
In
out.
Sugarland?
Yeah, so they were out to lunch,
Wow.
and I had sent her a text of a picture of them, and she was like, because she didn't know about it. She wanted to surprise him, and she was like, damn it. She was like, he's gonna love these, and she was like, I really want to show him, and I was like, dude, just show him, and so she showed him, and then she like took a photo of his reaction. And it looked like he was like teary-eyed. It was like, man, that's like so insane. It's like so unreal.
Shaquille O'Neal teary-eyed. Is there a meme of that? I've seen Jordan.
Jordan. I don't think.
But I want to see
I don't
Shaq
think Shaq,
teary-eyed.
man. but yeah, it was surreal. And she ended up FaceTiming me, and I was at the mall with my roommate.
Yeah.
And
You go to Galleria Mall?
Memorial City.
Memorial City?
Yeah.
Yeah, Memorial City is a little bit better than Galleria.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But she it was Shaq who was calling me.
Were you ecstatic? Like you almost dropped your phone,
Dude,
or
I
you're
was
like
I
jumping?
was in shock, man. I was like, hey, I was like, what's up?
And he tried to keep it cool.
Yeah, and he was just doing this. He was like, man, he was like, you did an amazing job. He was
I
like,
thought he was going to say, big man, you did a good job. Even though he's a big man himself.
yeah. He was, and he was just kind of like, he was like, let me know what the shipping's going to cost. Like, I got you. And he was like, man, can't wait to get these. I was like, it's crazy, man. I just FaceTime Shaq. Like, what?
And then fast forward that he was definitely, I think he did give a shout either in the story or on this Instagram post, like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because we created a whole video for it. We did like a montage of like their friendship and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That was super cool. I was actually going to share that just recently because it's like, I mean, it was from 2020. So I still, all my new followers probably don't even know about it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share that again soon. But
that makes me one of the OGs.
yeah, right. Yeah. So, but yeah, he has them in his home gym. So like sometimes whenever he posts, like, he has someone filming him or whatever.
Like you'll see that.
Yeah, they're just sitting there in the corners. Super dope.
Oh man. And then of course, like, yeah. Oh, I have this one question. So you doing what you do is a very lonely road. It's not a team's work and whatnot. How do you keep yourself mentally sane doing that? Let alone, I remember I started to do some painting myself, and I'm just like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like, I don't know what. I'll just go with just stick to basic, and I think my mind is just literally by the second, it's just kind of go in, and then when I finish painting, I was like, this is not what I originally intended, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
Like that's just me as James Aaron, like really trying to attempt painting, and I actually I could bring some of my paintings too, but I did one with a dragon tiger, and another one was like kind of like an alien pod, but but back to you, like how do you kind of keep yourself mentally sane with those tight deadlines, or even how you're doing it right now?
Still trying to figure it out. I think it's gotten to a point where honestly, like ever since I it took off, which was like, I was a full-time artist 2019, 2020 essentially.
Oh, wow.
So the next, 2020, I want to say I was kind of just still painting, but just chilling. Like I didn't really have.
You didn't took it too much. You were like putting in like a 9-to-5 kind of thing, or you're really still working like almost 50 or 60 hours to your craft.
I was working a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, just as much as I am now. I was still working a lot. But I was just creating pieces, right?
Yeah.
I was just creating pieces. There wasn't really commissions, and so there was one. This astronaut piece that I created. It was like a huge piece. It was like an astronaut that was falling.
Yeah.
And this one guy bought it, and I had raised my prices a little bit, and he purchased it, and I was like ecstatic about it. And but right after that happened, I wanted to say for a good 2 years, just commissions, like I just it never stopped.
Yeah, it never stopped.
It just never stopped. It never stopped. And then I had like
and you sell your digital prints too. Like that's still kind of making you money on top of like you're doing commission. Like if you have a month of like, not saying you don't have a month, but if you there'll be a dry month and you can just still live off of your digital prints and Airbnb just to keep yourself put food on the table.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But also I think I mean, I save a lot of money.
Yeah, no,
I think people fuck up that way. they see it come in and they think it's gonna continue to come in, but you don't know.
I think once you go full commission, like that changes. That really showcases who you are as a person.
Yeah.
With a typical, not saying I'm not going to bash on people with W-2 income. Like, hey, they live a comfortable life. Like, but I think to know when you want to really make it really huge, make a lot of money on top of that, like. How to measure the type of person you are, making good financial decision, do full commission.
Yeah.
Like if you're an entrepreneur, that's all commission. There's no home base pay. You can pay yourself, but that's you.
Yeah, man, it's all you. So it's when you have like for me like little expenses like canvases and paint and stuff like that.
Your dog.
Yeah, the dog.
My dog costs a lot too. I spend like almost 100 to 200 a month.
Yeah, for sure. But it's what was I saying? Oh, the commissions just lasted a long time, and the only time I ever had a slowdown was when I went to Vancouver.
Oh, it's like when you're relaxing kind of thing.
Yeah, well,
or I would say relaxing.
It was. I've never lived anywhere else.
Yeah,
and so I went out there for 6 months. And so I think it was just the transition.
Of course.
That, I mean, obviously I had like my setup here and everything, and out there I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually I did. But it was a good 2 months that just dry, like completely.
Because you were still trying to settle in Vancouver. And you try to even get your name out there.
But it's never happened, and that shit was scary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, at least you learned, and you had some experience from Canada.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, I used it. I mean, being new somewhere, I was excited. I was hoping that. I mean, that's why it's important to have your money like saved, right?
Yeah.
For times like that. But I was hoping that business would just kind of stay consistent, and it didn't, which is fine. But it taught me that, especially being out there and not knowing anyone and just kind of being the new guy, you have to go out there and take it. Like you can't just sit back. I mean, how are people gonna know about you if you don't, put yourself out there? So I made signs and I just went out and put them on posts.
Do you think you were that sign? You know that New York sign guy that just something like this?
I would do that. I'm not scared to do that, man.
I actually did that. I actually did that one time in Soho, but I was just doing it for shit and giggle. I put Bing Bong.
Yeah, Bing Bong. That's funny. Yeah, man. No, I'm not scared to do that. Like, I think for some people they're kind of just too prideful. Maybe even the sign thing.
I don't think one should be too prideful. Like if I see someone doing that, like. Just someone doing that, and they look somewhat presentable. I was like, all right, they're trying to hustle.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think I think people just
associated with like homelessness, which
no, I mean,
it can.
Maybe yeah. I don't know. I don't look at it that way. I mean, I feel like I don't know. I'm very confident in the way that I like speak and like about my business and stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I just know what I can do, right? So like when I put those signs out there, I did get shit for it, by the way.
In Canada, in Vancouver.
No, in some guy in like Utah or something like that. Yeah, I was just talking to Mark about this. Long story short, so what the sign read was basically like free mural, and it said, "This is my Instagram. Check out my style. If you're interested, shoot me a message." And I think I said like outside preferably. I'm gonna use spray cans.
Yeah.
I think I printed like 50, but I only put out like 9 or 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
And so we were just walking, putting them up. And then when I got back to the house, I had like 20 messages or something like that, 20, 25 messages. And, I had to weed them out, see who was like serious and see what people were doing, whatever. Got locked in with this one restaurant that was right off of a really busy shopping street. And we agreed on Anthony Bourdain. So
wow,
I threw up Anthony Bourdain. I had an article written about me.
I think I saw that article too. Yeah.
Yeah, and then one of like the biggest like social media I guess, Instagrams or platforms or whatever. They're called Daily Hive. They were the ones that wrote the article on me, but then they like also shared it to on their Instagram, and then they connected me with Lee's Donuts, and Lee's Donuts kind of has a studio space, and they had represented an artist before, and then I went, met him, and figured out that I wanted to have a solo show.
Yeah.
So I got to work. I started fucking busting ass and just painting, and I had my, I guess, first solo show in Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I had all these people from Vancouver come out and stuff like that. Really good time and great turnout. And I mean, shit. That's what excites me though.
Yeah,
like, because
exactly.
in 6 months I was able to get have a solo show.
Mm-hmm.
And
but back about like you told me you got a guy from Utah.
Oh yeah. So the free thing, right?
Yeah.
So some people are against it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I can understand it. So basically what he said was like, he was like, you're fucking it up for the ones who are charging, right?
You're being a disruptor, which, like, hey, you're providing it free value,
but here's how I look at it. Well, for one, I'm in Vancouver. You're in Utah, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you even talking about? And if
you're not local,
right? Like, if you were in Vancouver, I could hear what you're saying. But let's say he was in Vancouver, right?
Mm-hmm.
If my art is taken away from your business, from your art business, that's not my fault. That's your fault.
Why? It's your fault. Like
we don't even create the same type of art.
Yeah.
So how's my art taking over? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? You should be worried about. I don't know. You should be worried about why people like my art more.
It goes, yeah, and that reminds me of like this loser and winner mentality, and I'll definitely kind of share this. Like when I saw this one Michael Phelps meme, it was like during the 2000, like I think it was like the 2012 Olympics or 2014. It's like Michael Phelps was like swimming, and he's, we all know he's a GOAT, and then his competitors, it shows like a picture of him, like a competitor really seeing Michael Phelps, and a quote that says like, "Winners focus on winning. Losers and like focus on the winners." Yeah. And that's the energy where you're telling me. It's like, they were hating on you.
That's what it seems like, man.
Yeah,
because it's
like you're just really focused on you, and that's it.
Exactly. To me, it's like none of it made sense. Like the fact that he was in a different country / state,
mm-hmm.
The fact that we don't have the same style, and
he felt like he wanted to defend, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I get the intention.
I do.
But at the same time, it's like
I get it too.
Logistically, it doesn't make sense.
But to me, honestly, let's just say here, if I want to do something for free, bro, it's my business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's my business. I'm not gonna. It's a strategic move.
Yeah, I'm not trying to show empathy for your insecurities or something that you can't even deliver.
And I proved the point. Like, let's say he doesn't ever do anything for free. I don't know where he's at in his art career.
Mm-hmm.
I did that one for free, and it took me. I got all this. I have so many followers from Vancouver now, and I got like article written. I got a solo show
mm-hmm.
from that mural. So like, if it makes sense to you, do it. You're gonna have a bunch of people who try to talk me out of it. You're gonna have a lot of people who just project and just they're scared to do it. Yeah. So they're like, well, we don't want you to do it either. Like, if I can't do it, I don't think you can either. That's, you can't live your life and then like, because for the people who rely on that shit,
mm-hmm.
they'll always listen to those people and they just won't get anywhere.
Ooh, say that again, bro. That's
I don't even know what I said.
No, what you said.
Run
like,
it back.
For those people, run it back. No, you said for those people who are like living in that, they won't in a way kind of grow. So
yeah. I mean, they're just, they won't get anywhere. it's like outside voices just trying to like pull you back,
Or even inside voices, like it
or
could
even
be,
or even that. Yeah, it could be inside your own head. You know, you have to like. My biggest thing is like going with your gut. You know, I feel like especially for people who are thinking about starting a business or you know, anything like that. You know, they have an idea. They have something that they feel like is a good idea and they can do something with it. You know, what I feel like naturally what we do is we talk to other people kind of just to see what they say.
Yeah.
Not even necessarily like, is this a good idea or should I do this? It's more so like, I'm just curious what you think. And you'll get the people who will just plant these like negative seeds in your brain, right? And then it kind of like starts to grow. You start to think about that and you're like, damn, they might be right. Yeah, that might be right. And so it kind of discourages you.
Yeah, it grows to your own self-doubt. Like, they don't have to even say anything more to you.
Yeah, they can just say one thing and it'll kind of like eat at you. And then so it's like, but let's say you're still thinking about it and you still think it's a good idea.
It's living your head rent-free.
Yeah. It's like, man, if you feel like you have to go for it, you have to.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many. I feel like there's so many people who don't do it, and it's because one person said something, or you know, a group of people said something that it might not work or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, man, how do you even know? How do you know it's not going to work though? You haven't tried it. You know, has someone else tried it? Have they succeeded? Maybe not. But like, we're different people. I'm not that person who failed. You know, I'm going to approach it differently or some shit.
No.
It just really comes down to just like trying something.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's why I really resonate with you, and I'm resonating with you even more now. Like, you've done it and you're still doing it. You're still learning it day by day. With my podcast, I'm so glad that I actually didn't ask too many opinions from others. And I'll tell you the reason, and for my listeners, viewers, I'll tell you the reason why I started this podcast. It was actually started from a good positive thought. Like, shout out to Nick Nguyen, my hem choi partner, or to you guys don't know Vietnamese, that means party boy. But he saw my story, and I really connected my Shure microphone to my work from home desk, and he said, like, dude, this looks like a podcast. And then it kind of struck a light in me. I was like, I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy and I do sales for a living. And I'm thinking, I think I should do a podcast.
Yeah.
Let's go. And I didn't do it here just for money. I just like, it was a gut feeling, and I just did it. I didn't ask any more other opinion. It was all started from one good positive thought. And again, I gotta thank Nick for it. Yeah. And it just kept it going. And yeah, I got haters. And then I had very little to no self-doubt. It's like, I'm just doing it. I don't know what the hell I was doing, to be honest.
We never know. I still don't know at times, man. Like, you know, that's why I don't know how people see me from the outside in or whatever. Like, I don't know how people view me. You just call me iconic. I don't think that's true. Like, I don't, you know, I'm just like I've only been doing it for 3.5 years. Like, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, I appreciate it, but it's just, I don't feel that way. You know, I feel like I'm just like anybody else, just like still trying to figure it out. Yeah. You know, like, and that's important, right? I don't think anyone ever has it figured out.
Yeah.
Even though you think I do, I don't.
Yeah.
You know, I'm learning every single day. I go into my studio, I get pissed off. You know, I take breaks because I just can't. I can't paint today. I'm just not feeling it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm human. I'm just like everybody else. And so, but that's the thing, like, I'm still learning. Like, we're always going to continue to keep trying to learn. And so, like, I think what people do is they see someone like me, right? Say an artist is just beginning and he sees someone like me. He's like, oh, I'll never get there or something like that. But like, well, yeah, because you haven't started.
Yeah.
You have to at least start, right? Man, you should scroll. I don't know how far you scroll, but you should scroll. You should see my beginning work, man. I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know. I'm learning, always.
Yeah. I think I scrolled a bit, and then it kind of gave me that very good idea. I was like, all right, he's come a long way. And it's good. Like, I think one person, if they were to somewhat judge someone's success. Like, just know, get an idea. So maybe spend some time, like 5 minutes, to know like where they're from, or how they got to where they're at right now, what specific actions they took. But
Yeah.
of course. But enough about the thriving. Let's go to one of the best part, the vibing part. So, who's Israel Rodriguez outside of the studio, outside of the painting, outside of commission work? Like, what's Banksy, or during the little nightlife?
I mean,
Houston?
honestly, not that fun at all.
Really?
Swear. But that's the thing. What I was talking about. It's like that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out the life, live the life, and then like the work part.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's and it's as of lately actually that it's been kind of messing with me.
How so?
And just that, like how I was telling you about how I feel guilty for, I guess you can call it complaining that I have so much work.
Yeah.
You know, it's not necessarily complaining. It's just like, damn, you know, and mind you, like everyone knows that I'm super busy, right? Like, you know, I'm never not working, honestly. Mm-hmm. I work every single day.
Yeah. Whether it means like practicing on your craft, or you're just working, doing a little thing of your commissions.
Just commissions usually, you know, I'm just trying to like knock these out. But
or content creation, right?
Huh?
Or you do your content creation, because your Instagram is actually pretty good too. Like how you're branding yourself, and you try to be very consistent about it.
Yeah, for sure. That's another thing that I'm trying to get into. But that's like the emails I have. If anyone knows about content creating and can manage my emails, I don't know how that works with payment. We can talk, because man, my emails, I get so many emails from
you can hire a virtual assistant, like from the Philippines.
Yeah, I need something, man, because I just that overwhelms me. I have so many emails of people just trying to collab, and I'm like, ah.
I'm at the point that I get LinkedIn messages, and I'm like, bro,
really?
I get LinkedIn messages because I put my podcast on my LinkedIn profile, and just thought I'd just be something nice. Then I get like 20. I was like, shit.
Yeah. Man, there's opportunities are out there, man. You know, you just gotta
like you and me, we're just putting our words out there.
Mm-hmm. You just gotta work. You gotta be consistent. Just work. But yeah, man, the live, the life, and the work is something that I've just been trying to figure out. You know.
Well, and I take it that let's just like talk about, like, I'm pretty sure you're a great son. Like, you spend real good quality time with your parents, right? Like, I think I saw it in one post with your dad.
More so now. Yeah, definitely. You know, just try to, at this point in my life, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just help them any way that I can, you know. I try to plug my dad with, you know, I feel like I get a lot of good responses on my social media platforms. Yeah. And so if I say like, hey, my dad does this, you know, I get people who are like, oh, I might need this done. I might need this done. So, you know, I'm trying. That's one of the main reasons why I love having a lot of followers, I'll be honest, because it
helps your parents' business too.
Yeah, absolutely. It helps with like not only me, but just my family. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like, you know, obviously they're older. They don't know really about social media like that. Yeah. So with my mom, she does housekeeping. Same thing. I made a post.
Nice housekeeping.
Yeah, I made a post. I remember on Facebook, I think it was, Facebook, just basically like, hey, I'm trying to just get my mom to some more work, you know? Mm-hmm. Man, I got so many messages, so many. And she's terrible with her phone, which sucks because I'm like.
So you have to manage her phone.
I'm trying to figure out the in-between, but I'm over here busy with everything. So that's a different story, but like, you know, that's something, I at least know that people trust me enough to hire my mom to clean their house or whatever. Right. So
no, you're being an amazing son. Like, you really, like, of course, so like I know some people would say like, oh, I'm an amazing child, but I was able to retire my parents. But I think you're doing great work, like, you know, providing value, like, you know, keeping them busy. And
thank you.
And so kudos to you on that. So like, what was I about to say? Oh man, I'm blanking out of it. So about your tattoos. So you have a lot, man. And I love each and every one of them. Are they all done by the same artist?
No.
Okay. All right.
Man, there would be so many Instagrams that you would have to share. But
wow. Let's not overwhelm. I'm not gonna overwhelm.
I
That.
know, but I'll just shout them out though, for the ones you can see.
Yeah.
Emilio does all my portraits. Cody Gibbs, Crime. Joe Mellon,
All in Houston.
all in Houston. Gabriel Inked.
Wow.
This is Remo. This is Nando. This is Manuel Scripps.
Mm-hmm.
And that one. And then I have like my leg and then my stomach, my ribs, and my chest.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
what
my
about your
neck.
back? What about your back?
No, that's gonna be last.
That's gonna be last.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't do neck. I can't do neck at all.
Don't. That's the worst spot.
Oh God.
The throat wasn't too bad. The sides of the neck. Cody did the rose over here. Pretty Boy did this one over here. Terrible. Terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I feel
Tattoos
like.
aren't fun, man. I love them, but like,
Well, how old were you when you had your first tattoo? Like very first.
I think I was 23.
Whoa, we got them like. Well, again.
I have 3 big roses up here. It was from Valentin Kalunga.
I see.
But yeah, these are all Houston artists.
Houston artists.
Yeah, a lot of talent out here, man. These guys are crazy with it.
Would it be weird? And I'm pretty sure you've gotten this question before. Like, if you weren't a mural artist, you weren't a painter, would you have been a tattoo artist? You could look. You actually kind of pull off the tattoo artist.
When I tell people I'm an artist, they're like, "Oh, tattoos." First thing.
It makes sense a bit.
You know why? You know why I don't think so? 2 reasons. Because 1, I don't like to work long hours, and these guys they can go forever, man.
I know, 8 hours, 9 hours.
Yeah.
I think my longest session was like 7 hours, and you can't see, but it's like this Polynesian shoulder tattoo.
Yeah.
And damn, that was
man.
long.
They're there all day, man. They're there working, grinding it out. And me, I like to take breaks. You know,
Mm-hmm.
even with my art, I'll paint for like 3-4 hours, then I'll just go chill.
Take a power nap.
Yeah, and then I'll go back later or something. But that's one of the reasons. But also 2, I'm very introverted. So like, if I'm around
Tattoo
people,
artist is like one-on-one basis, so that's as introverted as could be.
yeah, but I'm so introverted that like I don't even want anyone in my studio while I'm painting. Like,
Really?
it's not even that. It's more just like conversation.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so if I'm having to constantly speak to somebody every day, you know, and for long hours, it's like it drains me.
No, there's some. Well, I know in Ink Master, man, every time I see Ink Master, I want to get a tattoo. But Ink Master, you know how they like really say to people or the client, they say, "Here are your canvases," and they be like, there are some canvases where people maybe they might tattoo. It's like they'll just be quiet as a bird.
Yeah.
And that'll be like, all right, that's let you focus, sleep, so they don't move.
Yeah. I mean,
And there's chatters like me.
yeah, I'd be cool with it. I mean, I try to talk to them, but then when the pain starts to hit, I start to quiet down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I don't know. I think I definitely it intrigues me. Because it's also like I mean, it's like anything almost. Like you might. It's not as easy as it looks.
No, it's
right.
not.
So you know, I've talked to a couple of them, and they talk to me about like the pressure of your hand, the
Like you might have to do apprenticeship if you want
the
to
machine. Yeah, and then it's like the ink, and then it's like the positioning of your hand. So it's almost like spray painting. How I was telling you, like how far you are, how close you are, like high pressure, low pressure, the way you position your hand.
And then at the same time, texture. Some
Yeah.
people, some people's different texture skin. It's like maybe more sensitive. Some will be more rough.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's a lot of different shit you gotta like consider, and it's cool. It's like I said, it intrigues me, but at the same time, there's a lot of other things that I want to do. It's one of the main reasons why I got the studio too. I want to do sculpting. I want to do
Sculpting. Ooh.
Yeah, I want to do sculpting. I want to do a lot more. I want to dive into abstract. I'm doing the cutouts now. I want to do clothing. I want to do home decor. Just so much, man. So like that stuff is like my main focus. I think if I were to ever get into tattooing or anything else, it would be literally when I'm like damn near retired or something.
You know, as you say, like home decor, Man, that part it goes back to like what you were saying earlier. You wanted to architect. I think you're kind of like unleashing your little architect. Like, just you took a very different path. When and like, again, huge kudos that you really got this studio. Not many people can really say they got a studio.
Yeah, man. It's been a long time coming, man. It's something that I've like talked myself into and then out of and in out, and it got to the point where it's like it was almost like the moment where when you decide should I do this full time or not. Like, let's say me being an artist,
Yeah.
you have to just do it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to just do it. Because
And you figure the shit out later.
exactly, that's one of the things that I've like recognized is that any time that I'm like on the fence about it, but I really kind of want it, I do it, and then I just figure it out as I go.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like with this, like there's no doubt in my mind that I'm going to be able to, figure it out. I already have so many plans for it. I'm going to have like exclusive shows.
I love that you're such a long-term visionary. Not many people, they like to think really short-term.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're really thinking long-term. And again, you should be thinking long-term because it's your business.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I'm thinking. I mean,
Like, you don't have to spoil too much here.
yeah. I don't know how, because the thing is like I just I have a meeting tomorrow with a customer of mine, and we're going to be in talks about just a lot of big projects. The Airbnb, that stuff, that intrigues me as well.
Yeah.
Like just business in general intrigues me. And so we're going to talk about a bunch of different stuff when it comes to like rental homes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, I don't know. I think, I feel like with artists, one thing that they lack sometimes is the business aspect of it all.
Yeah.
They know how to create. They're like super dope artists.
Sometimes I think artists, and I know like some artists too that started out, their finances or their business is not really. I'm not saying they're bad at it, but they're not. That's not their greatest strength.
Mm-hmm.
They could either delegate it out or hire someone that would do, to deal with their business, and they will just focus on the art.
Yeah.
Would you ever think of like delegating?
I've thought about it.
Like you already talked about delegating your emails.
Yeah. I think when it comes to my finances, I think I'm pretty good at that. But yeah, I mean more so like when it comes to business, like artists, I'm speaking more along the lines of like I know a lot of artists who just don't care for the sales part.
Mm-hmm.
Like it either intimidates them or they just don't know how to approach it. I think there should be classes for that. That might be, and
I think it should too, because how are you going to grow your art? Because art supplies, it adds up.
Yeah.
And how are you going to want to scale up? It's one thing to feel like, oh, I'm not doing this for the money and whatnot, but
yeah, but there's a lot of artists who say that, but in reality, we all have bills.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't think it's bad to like, let's say, be an artist and then want to get more money. I think it's bad to become an artist just for the money. You see what I'm saying? And then there's artists.
You should say that again to all the artists and the creators out there.
But you keep okay. What did I say? I said
It's not bad for the artist
to throughout time to get more money.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's bad whenever an artist just
do it only for the money.
Yeah, just becomes an artist for the money, because there's a shitload of money to be made, like as an artist. A lot.
There's tons. I think
unlimited, literally.
Yeah, I remember this one. I think I remember this one phrase in college. There's one phrase in college that I just learned. I think it was from a guy named Jordan. He said like, "Dude, art at the end of the day, it's kind of luck." And then I thought about it. Even till now, it's like it kind of is.
It is.
It is pretty much luck. So, depending on your environment, let's just say you were selling your artwork. Let's say to Utah. You're selling at Utah. It's probably worth like $100. Go all the way to maybe fly all the way to Miami, Florida. 100x.
Mm-hmm.
You get the right buyer. Be like, I love this piece. I'll pay top dollars.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wow, I thought my art was worth $100, but it's in freaking Utah. So it's the environment.
It is the environment. It is. But so that being said, that's one of the things that I try to tell. So I don't know if you know this, but this is the first year that I haven't had art shows just because I've been so busy. But usually I have two art shows a year. I host it, but I also have like 20 other local artists who are a part of it.
Well, we're having our show today at the studio.
Yeah. I usually rent out Sandman.
Yeah.
Well, I was doing it at Crowbar, but then Sandman is the latest one. But I have up and coming artists who are just asking me questions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And one thing that I tell them that's like super important, I don't think we really think about it this way, is that what's the population in Houston? Like 6.8
Yeah,
million?
6.8. We're the third largest.
Like so you alone, or Houston alone, that's just Houston, right? That's one city in Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Houston alone, you can be a millionaire off your art just in Houston. Right? Now, you get people who make a post and it gets like 50 likes or 12 likes or 100 likes, and they're like, damn. Or then they're like, man, my stuff's not selling or whatever. It doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that not enough people have seen your work. Not even everyone in Houston. Probably literally not even everyone, like in however many people are in these studios, that many people probably haven't even seen it. And I'm talking about like you have to like scale it. So you have to think about it that way, because when you're like you act like you presented it to the world and the world said no. You didn't. You presented it and a certain amount of people saw it, but not everyone has seen it. So you have to keep pushing. You have to keep trying to get people to see your work. Mm-hmm. Eventually someone's going to like it. Eventually someone's going to buy it, But people want like the immediate satisfaction and just like
instant gratification versus delayed gratification.
Yeah. And so it's just, it's, to me, that's the way that I think, right? So let's just say something doesn't sell. I'm like, all right, like just not enough people have seen it, So if people were just to think, but that's what blows my mind, even like myself, and I say it, is the fact that we're just talking about Houston though. We're not even talking about Texas or all 50 states. Or the whole country, like everyone in the world, like it's just crazy to think that
like we live in abundance. We should always live in abundance, even to all my viewers and listeners. Like if I were to include myself, this podcast, when I first started out, I didn't thought like the Houston would listen, and I have checked out my Spotify analytics that there are people in the Philippines and Morocco, Canada, and that got me excited.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I just sent a print to the UK yesterday.
UK?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So,
digital print?
Second.
You say print? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A physical print.
I gotcha.
I sent one to the UK.
It'd be dope if you actually send one of your canvases. I would love to.
I know.
I would like to create enough money to buy one of your canvases.
Yeah. Man, in time, man. Let me know. You'll get there, man.
Yeah.
I do payment plans and all that just for anybody who's listening. That's something that
maybe you can make a canvas of me.
Yeah. Let's do it. That's the thing with business too, right? I think that's just something that I thought would be a good idea, man. Thing is art. You don't know people's financial statuses and stuff like that. You don't know what they make. So you have to understand that. Let's just say $500 to you could be nothing. To the next guy could be a shit ton. Mm-hmm. You just don't know. So I feel like I find it important to try to cater to any and everyone. That's why I offer prints that are like lower priced. I have sales. Then you have canvas prints, right, that are like in the middle. Then you have murals and originals that are higher priced. Yeah. Right? So then on top of that, like I just said, I have payment plans. People, there's payment plans for everything now.
There is.
Literally. What's that? The 4 payments for like, you can buy a damn, I don't know. Like
I saw one payment plan for like food. I'm like, bro, you can't be struggling that hard.
Yeah. Well, you probably shouldn't. Yeah. Well, I guess you got it.
That kind of tells me like you.
But honestly though, like t-shirts, whatever, pants, you can do split it into 4 payments. Let's say it's $70, split it into 4.
Yeah.
But it's just, you know, it is what it is. And you might have it, but I don't know, some people just makes it feel better to just not take it all out at once or something.
Yeah.
So I find it a really good idea. You know, I've done that a couple times. And you just gotta, you know, you gotta cater to people sometimes. Some people don't think that way. They want the 10,000 right away. I'm like, that's cool. You know, if you can make it happen, that's fine. I don't need the money like right up front like that. You know, I want everyone to have my art. You know, I don't want just the super rich people to have my art. I want everyone to have it.
Damn. You sound like a Robin Hood. You're like catering to the people.
Yeah, man.
This is why Israel Rodriguez is iconic, brother.
Because it's true, man. I think, you know, I don't think you should. I mean, I don't know where other people where they started from, but you know, I started with. We didn't have much. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know anything about art, but I've known now that people, at least for me, people love my art, and sometimes it's too much, even a print. And I'm like, you know, I got you. I got 20%. I got you. Whatever.
Wow.
You know, because people, and it's wild to like hear them talk about my art and how much they want it. And what's even more wild to me is when I hear people say they're saving up and stuff. Right. That's crazy to me. The fact that people are actually saving their money.
Yeah, they see you like a hero, like an iconic. That's why you're iconic. Like people are saving up.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
If you get those type of response or stories.
Yeah, but I think, you know, that's why I think it's important to like just to cater to people. You know, you can't. That would suck, man. Imagine, you know, like to never be able to afford something that you want. You know, I feel like it's. Yeah, I don't ever want to be put on a pedestal where they're just like. You can't reach me, essentially, right? Like in any form.
Yeah.
Like I don't like that.
No, that's wonderful. Like it is really, really wonderful. And wow, just kind of like blown away. Like, you know, you sharing me those stories. So I think it's my second last question. So when people like see your painting, are they more amazed about the work you've done, or they're more amazed about the story you portray? I was more blown away. Your painting got my attention, but I stuck to you because of your story, like how I was growing with you, like in your journey of life.
Yeah, I love that though. I think it's really cool, like for you, for example, because you've seen me go through so many phases and stuff, I guess. And like even my style has just grown into like what it is now. I don't know if I don't think a lot of people know of my story or have followed me for that long, so I don't think that's it. Some, I guess, yeah. You know, there's some that I recognize, some that have been coming to my shows from the very beginning. But I think more so it's just the heart, you know.
Yeah,
just fine. I didn't really think people cared too much about the beginning part. But there are a lot of people who don't speak up also. But I always say, like, at least when I meet somebody, because I get that now when I'm like out in public, you're that artist, like that type of shit, you know. And it's cool. Like I want anyone to say hi to me, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't. If you ever feel like you're like too, I don't know. That's what I mean. I don't know how y'all look at me. I don't want y'all to look at me anyway. Like look at me like I'm just another person.
Yeah.
You know, because I am. Just say hi. If you want to say hi, say hi.
Yeah.
I'm nice. You know,
talk to me nice.
Talk to me nice.
Talk to me nice. This boy got a fade.
Yeah.
So talk to him nice.
Yeah.
And I'm still laughing. We were just talking about it. Like, how did that? The phrase goes like, "You want to beef with me right now?"
Oh, yeah, just got a haircut.
Just got a haircut.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be nice to me when I get a haircut.
Yeah. If he didn't have a fade or what? Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. It's actually, but no. When he's getting a fade, you know it's a special day
For sure.
So yeah, and then we're almost like kind of near to the end, but this is one question I always love to ask, just to kind of end it. I know you dropped a lot of good nuggets and advice for people who had to kind of go with what you kind of had to do as an artist, but if there was one advice you would want to give to our listeners and viewers when they go into the path that's very similar to yours, what would it be?
I think it's just to stay consistent. Stay consistent. I think that's what I did.
Yeah.
I stayed consistent.
Yeah, you did.
I slowed down when I was busy, like with life and work, because I was never, obviously I had my 9 to 5, and then I quit that to go to hair school, and that was basically like 9 to 5. I had to be there from like 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. So it was just like the same thing. And then I had to get a night job, and I was just always still trying to paint still. You know, I feel like one of the biggest things, I think what happens is we get so tired of like doing like the work, like actual work, like your 9 to 5 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when you want to take, like when you have free time, let's say like the weekends,
To recharge, whatever, yeah.
to recharge, to sleep, to hang out with friends and stuff like that. I'll be honest, man, like you gotta work. You have to.
Yeah.
It's all about how much time you put into it, you know?
There's no magic formula. There's no secret. There's no shortcuts.
Yeah, man, if you were to ask me like the ingredient to like becoming a full-time artist, it's hard to even answer, because all I know is just that I just never stopped working. And even now, I would consider myself successful, but I bust my ass still, just as much. Like you ask anyone that knows me, you know, I post here and there, but like my day is literally all about being productive. It's
not just being busy. Productive.
It's just productive, and now it's become where you'll see like the day in the life that we just filmed yesterday.
Yeah, it was a good Mark Anthony Guzman.
He seemed like he was tired. Like, and we stopped at 3:30, and because we were gonna come here afterwards.
Yeah.
But it's yeah, man, that was just like getting started on my day, man. I do a lot. You know, what do? We woke up. I had to go to the Drake mural. I had to go throw on my Instagram handle and then get some last minute video from my other friend. Jared, he's a photographer or a videographer as well, and had to do that. And then we went to the gym. He worked out with me.
Yeah,
he's probably, I'll hit him up, see how sore he is. We did that, and then after that we went to what did we do after that? I had to go to the art store. I had to go
get some more food
to the post office.
Oh, you didn't get food yet? No lunch yet?
Oh no, we got some food. We got some poke bowls.
Oh, nice.
And then, and then I had to go to studio, and then post office. So we were running around for a little while, man.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's like every day though, you know, post office or studio.
No time for Banksy?
Yeah. Well, so Banksy, that's the second, whenever I get home, and then we kind of like chill for a couple hours.
And then walk her out.
Yeah. No, she hates walks actually.
What?
Yeah, she hates them.
Dude, my dog is like wild. She wants to walk. Like, even if you walk 3 miles, she'll.
Nah, I try, man. She just, but it might be the heat, and I don't blame her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's just like over it. As soon as she goes to do her thing, and then she like, let's go back up. Let's go. She's spoiled. She just like, she wants to be in the AC. I keep my apartment super cold.
You said she's 3 years old, right?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I thought age has to do something with it, but
no, man. She's very like hyper and stuff. You know,
it's just one going outside.
Yeah. She's super like energetic and stuff, but she just does not like being outside. Like she'll do the stop and you know what I'm saying, the leash thing, and she's just like, nah, we're going back.
Well, it's going to get colder.
Yeah. We'll see. But yeah, man, it's consistency, man.
Consistency.
You know, even if you quote unquote make it, you have to keep working just as hard. You know, you can't slow up. You can't slow up because
I like to say slow up instead of slow down.
yeah, slow up, because it's I don't know. I think that's one of the things with balance that I'm trying to figure out. You know, I am kind of, it's like embedded in me now that I need to work that hard. You know, and I don't know if that's necessarily healthy or not. I've been told that it isn't, but a lot of it is it's like I'm addicted to what happens when I keep working. Just opportunities keep popping up. Boom, 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 you know?
And you don't want those opportunities to die, because you never know when it would come back again. And then
exactly. So to me, you know, and that's why I was saying, like, I really do love it. I love what I do. So, you know, it becomes stressful when I don't know. I guess
Yeah.
when I think about it too much, when I think
Yeah.
about all the projects, that's when it becomes stressful.
Yeah.
But I'm having fun while I'm doing it. You know what I mean? But it's like I said, man. Like all I know is to just be consistent and just like have faith, man. Have faith that it's gonna work out.
Absolutely. Yep. All right, we're almost at the time, but yeah. So, Israel, how would our followers be able to follow you? Yes.
Instagram would probably be the best thing. So it's gonna be at IR_artwork.
And then you have your personal, or you don't want to share that?
We can share that. Yeah, I do some sort of like content creation type stuff, like lifestyle/fitness.
Yeah.
That's going to be Israel, ISRAEL_Rodriguez with a Z.
Mm-hmm. And any other shout outs? I know if you want to share.
Man,
not too much of the tattoo artist.
I don't have. Who can I think? I mean, there's so many. How do you make the post?
Oh, yeah.
Can you add them?
Yeah, I can add them in on my Instagram. I share on TikTok, YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'm gonna be here shouting out like 15 people. But I can give them to you though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I feel like if you guys are wondering about my tattoos, I feel like it's important. Just I
Help
want to shout
other
them.
others, yeah.
I want to shout them out. They're the homies. And then obviously Frankie Cardona. And I don't want to give the Instagram because I don't know exactly, but I'll tell it to you.
Yeah, yeah.
He's another dope artist. Crazy good. But yeah, I mean, I'll give you all the Instagrams, and then you can just put
And
it in
then
the.
Should I tag T O'Neal?
Always. Yeah. Oh, she just hit me up. Actually, I just thought about that.
Oh.
Yeah,
she's gonna get a good knack out of this video.
So Shaq owns. He just opened up a chicken.